You know, when you spend a bunch of time making something and then you realize you should have spent that whole time putting it online and showing how you did it, and streaming the whole thing, or at least recording the whole thing so you can stream it later, and then you go ahead and make a stream about how you did that, and that takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So now you're up to, a good 5 or 6 hours of work that you put into it. And then you realize that the stream that you put up didn't work. So I'm not doing another stream about how I got to this point. But I'm going to start with where I'm at. I'm working on the branding for Hoax. This is where I'm at currently. Let me make sure that my mic is on and everything is working correctly. Hello. Yes. I'm going to turn on a little bit of music. And there we go. Okay. I found out that I still have a problem with putting the mic through a virtual cable, so sorry about the reverb on my voice, but it's either that or nothing at all. So I found out that there's there's obviously, because it's TouchDesigner, there's a lot of different ways that you can do this. This is not okay. I was gonna say, there we go. Oops, I was gonna say that's Black Bear. That's not. Let's put on some Harris Heller. Something this. Okay, there we go. Okay, so obviously, because it's TouchDesigner, there's a bunch of ways that I can actually spend my time getting random integers. And I've looked at using the noise chop. I used it looking in the pattern chop. Currently what I'm doing is I'm using either the pattern or the noise chop, but just currently I have both of them working. And then each of these, I've changed the harmonics, changed the pattern or length, the different kind of amplitude and roughness, that kind of thing, of the different parameters, basically, of either the noise or pattern. And then it goes directly into a select. I just like to put it into a select because it's kind of like putting it into a null, I feel like. So if I need to, I can put a whole bunch of other ones in here, and I can pull out just a single variable. It makes it a little bit easier for me. So yeah, then I have it going into a math chop, and then the math chop is going from -1 to 1 because that's what the noise chop is doing. Same thing with pattern, but yeah, then I was looking at noise up here, and I don't remember what the difference was between the noise here and the noise here. I mean, I'm seeing the same. So one question that I haven't gotten to this. I'm watching the 4-hour Ben Voigt introduction to TouchDesigner, and it's long. It's 4 hours, but he gets into a bunch of like the little things that you end up seeing. Here, just a moment. Yes, of course. My cat has come back in again. I don't think I've done a single recording session when the cat hasn't either banged on the door or let herself in, because I knew she was going to bang on the door, and I went ahead and left it unlocked and a little bit cracked, and she's come in and meowed and ended up either getting in my lap or clawing me, and then finally falling asleep at my feet. How sweet. But it's quite annoying because there's no way I can make a recording without a cat present. Shut up. Okay. Let's see where I'm at. So I'm not currently. I'm what I'm trying to figure out is the different ways to view. You can view the. Yeah. Data table export method is data table by index. Data table by index time slice. Oh, it's because I have it time sliced. That's why. I was trying to remember why I was able to get this to become a single integer instead of a slice, and that's why, because I had time slice on. So what this is doing is just showing the single point in time at which the noise is going through. So I'm getting numbers between 0 and, let me see where, because I had to do a different point. 0 or negative 0.5 to 0.5, and then I'm making that range from 0 to 1. And what that's doing is absolutely nothing right now. I was just making sure that I could do it. Because, well, this is what I was doing. This is what I was working on currently. The other way that I have it working, real quick before I go back to this, because I am going to go back to using this method really quickly. What I ended up figuring out is just a really quick JavaScript, or I'm sorry, not JavaScript, Python command that can be used on frame start. That's just where I figured out the best way to use it was. And I know I should probably put import random at the top. Import random. I should be able to do this right. That's how I understand it. Is this being used? Come on. Well. Huh. Okay, it's still working. So, what this does on start is it creates a random number between 0 and 3. I picked that between 0 and 3 because I'm looking at the first third of the image. What I'm doing is I'm trying to create this generatively, and I'm first creating the H. So if the H can be within the first third, and then the O within the first third plus like 10% or 20%, you know, probably about 10%. And then, so it'll be 10% to 40%, and then 20% to 40% for the A, and then 40% to 60%. Is that right? 70%? I don't know. Whatever it's. No, yeah, 40% to 70% for the X. Then I'll be able to. No. Okay. I can do this. Let's do this. It'll be 10 to 10 to 310, then 110 to 410 pixels, then 210 pixels to 510 pixels, and then 310 pixels to 410 pixels. And I'll probably end up putting some spacing in there, but I'll put that in as the individual pixels, but then I'll change it to fractions. And the reason that I want to do that is I can then have hoax where I know it'll spell out. It'll spell out hoax, just like it is now. HOAX. But I know it might overlap. Like, I'm okay with that. That's what I'm looking for. These kind of random times when that happens. So what I was doing is currently I was what was I doing? I don't know. I was looking at a couple of different ways of A and X weren't really working quite as well. Pattern, okay. Okay, so I'm going to figure out. I figured right now I believe the best way to do this is via this, because I can also do multiples at the same time. I can obviously also go in here. It's a V. Come on, I'm trying to start. I'm starting to learn the key control commands at this. If you're watching this, you believe I am an expert touch designer. Go away. I'm not an expert touch designer. I am, well, a learner, a student just like everybody else, but I'm also using it to teach in a new class. I've used it for a couple of months, a few months. I first installed it a few years ago, but really I'm just not getting into it. So I understand the main concepts of it. I use other programming usually. Okay, edit contents. So Control E. Whoa, no, that's going to bring it up in an external editor. So I do not want to do that. And currently Notepad is my external editor. I think I thought I set up Atom to do that, but I didn't. What is this? How do I change the viewer active? That's why I changed it to viewer active. Anyways, this is also printing to I'm just going to check really quick. So we got 11, 10, 9, 8. That's what hoax is. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and copy this. So that's H. Come on. Oh my goodness. That's why I don't like. Oh, I'm doing it in execute. My goodness. And I probably already have it copied from the other. And then paste, paste, paste. Random 2. I know I should be doing this in a loop, but there's only 4 letters, people. Okay? Don't yell at me. I realize I should be using a loop. Okay? I realize this. So let's try random 2, random 3, random 4. Then random 2, random 3, and random 4. Then print random. And then let me see, plus space, comma this, plus. Okay, that's how I understand it to work. Oops, one more. Comma, then random 2, then that, then random 3, and that, then random 4. Alright, so we'll go ahead and put in 1 here because, well, we don't want to be, you know, we don't want to be I don't know the word, inconsistent? Yeah, I guess that's what I'm looking for. Sure, inconsistent. Time negative 0, 0, random. Okay, I don't believe. So right before this, I was looking at some Python information about random, and I might need to reseed random, so I might end up coming up with the same number. Let's try. First, let's look at turn text port on, and I think it's Control Shift T, Control T. Where is it? Come on. Why? That should be. I don't know why. Oh, Alt T. Okay. I was like, that. It's not making much sense, people. Let's go ahead and make it a different pane, shall we? Let's split this. Hey to everybody watching, just thought I would let everybody know. I'm just working on a generative design in TouchDesigner. If you have any questions about what TouchDesigner is, feel free to let me know. I am by no means a professional TouchDesigner programmer. I'm just working with it and hoping to learn more. So this is what it's doing currently. I have 4 ways currently of gathering a random integer and then throwing it in, so it either does the x, the y, or the size or the scale, which I keep uniform. So I can go ahead. It's currently paused, so if you run, you can kind of see what's going. Oh, float and string are not. Okay. Oh, this is in the execute dat, which I'm not even using. That's why. Come on. Okay. I don't know why my print isn't working though. Rand number. Huh. Yeah. My print isn't working, but oh wait, compile and I was gonna say, wait a second. I need to get back in here a little bit. Part T0. Okay, so now I need to go in and change the different parameters for these. So this is for this is for X, this is for A, this is for O, this is for H. I know that's backwards. But like I said, I was saying this before, you only got 4 letters. If I was worried about this, I also know I'm doing this incorrectly with I should be using a for loop, but I'm not, because it's 4 of them. It could be more later, yes. It might be more later, but I'm using TouchDesigner, so all I have to do is put in a copy. All right. Let's just run. Well, okay. I need to make sure this is between 0 and 3. Then we have one between 1 and 4. Okay, this is where I'm not sure. I mean 5, and this is 6, 2 and 3. Random number 4. No, oops. Okay. I did that backwards. So guess what I'm gonna go ahead and do? I'm gonna go ahead and make 4. Oops. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Because I need random number 4, H, to be on the far left side. No! I had it right. Why didn't you tell me? Wait, what? What? Redo isn't working. Oh crap, that's okay. Okay, 2 and 5 and 6. Rand 4. I have so many mistakes in here right now. Okay. Okay. H. I'm looking. No, that's not even right. This is a H. This is a O. O. A. X. Man. Okay. You got H. O. A. X. Is that correct? H. O. A. X. Comp 11 through 8. Yes. Okay. Now. And I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need to be 0. Yes. Correct. 3. Done. Alright. Now, I do not know why this print is not working. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the quick and dirty way. Print random 2. Print random 3. Oops. Print random 4. Alright. Run it. Run it. Run it. It's not working. What's wrong with it? Let's take out the spaces and see if that's it. Delete, 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 delete. Run the script. Okay, let's take out the. I'm not sure if 2 slashes is. Oops. 4 is actually what we're using in Python. Is that what we use? Run script. Well, why isn't it going to text port? Text port isn't seeing yet. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. What I was thinking about doing, Kevin, was taking a time slice. That's why I have a time slice over here, and then getting 4 different points from within that time slice, and then just reseeding that once. So I mean, it could reseed the entire pattern, the entire 200 points within that. But then all I need of them is 4, and then every once in a while I would ask for it. But I don't know. I'm not sure why this print isn't working though. Opcom 11 part 2 is rand number 1 rand. Am I using the correct? Yeah. Okay. Let me see if I'm. Ooh. Wait. Am I not importing? Do I need to import random every time? I was before. Yeah. True. Yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about. I don't know, at the first... I have about 4 different ways that are working right now to actually get a random number. I'm just kind of interested in the different ways of finding a random number within TouchDesigner. Because I'm going to be using it for the first time for interactive installations this semester. And so I know there's going to be a bunch of people that are going to be wanting a bunch of different ways to get different things, like random numbers. And so if people are more data-driven or more code-driven, this is obviously going to be a lot easier for them and a lot... it'll make a lot more sense. If people are more audio-driven or maybe a little bit more pattern minded. I think using a noise chop or something like that would make a little bit more sense. There's probably even a way to bring in a mesh and throw it through a wave or a twist, and then gather the point axes and where the X, Y, and Z of those are, and then just as long as it's twisting and moving, you're getting a random number. So there's a bunch of ways that you can get a random number. I'm just kind of like trying to figure them out before I suggest them, and people have, you know, large problems like you can't print to the text the text port. I have no idea why it's not working. Variables, macros, errors, key manager, yeah, performance monitor. It should be right there. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Pardon me. On frame end, print David rocks. I wonder. And it should get a bunch of David rocks. David, no, what? See, why can't I get? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and bring up the Python help. Yeah. N equals is grab dat. Yeah, n dot run. Run the dat. Run with some arguments. Print hello. Yeah. Okay, so tell me why this isn't working, because that's what I'm using. Yeah, that's one of the things also, Kevin, with TouchDesigner is I was actually looking yesterday. And wait, I'll do this. I was looking yesterday, and there's only 2 books on TouchDesigner. One of them is by Elbers, and is totally free, or you know, pay by whatever, pay by what you can. And the other one is MaxMSP and TouchDesigner, but I think it's like 0.88. So like doing anything with TouchDesigner it's sitting through a bunch of video tutorials right now, or picking through other people's TOE files and Tox components and all that kind of stuff. So it's taking a while, I think, even though I found out it's been out for like 12 years now. So I have no idea why only within the last 3 or 4 years it's really become like a big thing. But yeah, it's still getting to the point where people are, I think, using it with large enough operations that I think we'll see more books come out. We'll see more come out about it. But one of the other things is it's so. No, stay away from my TOE files. Seriously, especially after the pandemic. But it's like, I don't know. There's a nice component to it too. I think about a lot of the people that are in the TouchDesigner community. Not only are really communal driven, community social based, but they also are designers and creators and engineers and mathematicians, and they kind of wear a lot of hats. And so TouchDesigner as a Swiss Army knife makes sense because you just kind of like start playing around. And I think there is that kind of play mentality, and that's probably why you also haven't seen it used by some other larger corporations, because it's like, okay, if you want to use Connect, you just throw in a node. And they're like, that's too easy. You have to do it in C++. You're like, well, I mean, it is in C++. We've just made it easy for you. So, I don't know. Come on, yeah. I need to get on that, and that's one of the things I've started to do too. Is started to just try to find people that are, excuse me, that are actually doing interesting things in the community. So yeah, we're actually going to be using the like right now. I was wanting to use PolitiFact to bring in to that other project that I was working on with Trump. And hopefully that's something that I can I can take what PolitiFact is saying on a regular basis, pipe it in, and then have that stream live on probably on Hoax Gallery. That's what I'm thinking. That's my plan right now. Did you see my my comment? The comment about my recent Trump's 199 lies video that I made. It's great. Ooh, look, I'm live. Okay. So okay, now I have two downvotes. Any updates on Robbie the Robot? Actually, good question. I don't know who P is, but I don't know if you voted down on this. It was probably somebody else if you know about Robbie the Racist Robot, because Robbie the Racist Robot is a project from 15 years ago. So yeah, it was during 2008, 2009 at ITP. But I'll need to. But Gary Shuley writes, "What is this crap? Do you expect people to try and read that skinny font and listen to sleepy music for over an hour? Thumbs down. Learn to make a real video. You can't even come up with a thumbnail." And I like. Oh man. Yeah. That is the dot matrix printer one. Is Robbie the Racist Robot. So I just said thank you for your comment, Gary. And, I'll go ahead and say thank you for your comment, Gary. This is actually just a 1 hour, just 1 hour of a generative system that is looping. It's up to you to see how long you'd like to watch it. I do agree, Wagner is sleepy, and Bodoni is truly skinny. Thank you for your observations, and come again. So. Thanks for watching, Gary, and I hope you come back soon. Oh, man. I love it. Oh. So. But I do have that actually working now with a CSV that's pulling in. That's starting to pull in that PolitiFact. So it's great. Yeah, thanks, Eric. I know. I was thinking about talking about just how sans serif was. I was gonna get into a whole font raid. Oh man, I didn't know where to go with it, so I just thanked him. Just like, thanks, Gary. Those are good observations. It's also black and white. It's also overexposed. It's also grainy. It's also in 4:3 ratio. See you soon. Oh man, it's great. Hey, Eric, you actually do some Python. Why am I not receiving anything? I'm printing this out, and I'm even trying to print just a simple David Rocks, which I believe you can use single or double quotes, correct? And anytime I try to execute, I'm gonna bring this over here. Is that music too loud? Let me know. Oh, just tons of PHP. Yeah. Perl, that's what you were doing. Yeah. Oh, and Meow Cakes, the Baconist. Is it Baconist? I was trying to figure out. Are you trying to go after Sir Francis Bacon? You guys honestly like have a ton in common. You should look at each other's social media. You should Kevin, or I shouldn't say name. Shh. The Baconist. I'll switch. So the Baconist is actually one of my former roommates from Point Loma, and was a major in the computer science department, I believe, and also philosophy theology. Is that correct? And then, but we were roommates after Point Loma, and Meow Cakes TV is a former student of mine, and is in the Kansas City area, and has been a system network guru for, well, I shouldn't say system network. I should say, what should I say? ISP, DNS. Is that, would that be the best way to say it? Guru and customer service representative for many years, and has been in the DJ and art and music and everything else seen in Kansas City, and is also very much into philosophy theology. So you guys would honestly get along. So hook up. Not like hook up. Like hook up. Let me see. Theobacconist. Tobacconist, because you've been into tobacco and smoking pipes. Yeah. Okay. Man, that's a Triforce. That really is. That's not Theo back on. No, I guess it's just Bacconist. Theobacconist. I gotcha. Okay, I gotcha. It just I thought it was Baconist, so I've been thinking bacon for the last few days. I have no idea why this is not working currently. I'm importing random. I am executing. Let me try to just scrape everything out. Here, let me. Oh man, I'm gonna be okay. There we go. Okay, so at least it's looking at it. Is it that? You have to make sure there's a space. Error. Yeah. Error. Here, I should have hit this. Oh, no, it's gonna be too long. Gotta do it again. Oh, there you go. That one's for you, Meow Cakes. It's not generating an error. No, it's well, it is now because I was just running. I didn't comment correctly, but it's okay. So you don't comment using what? See, I don't. That's one of the things of me getting into this because I'm not used to using Python for more than just like making a simple calculator or something like that. Edit contents in text mode. No. A debug mode. I mean, I think this kind of is the debug mode. I think printing to the text port is your debug mode. I mean, I can have it export to another node, but that's not getting me anywhere. So all this is doing is changing. What this is doing is making a random number. Obviously, is importing random, making a few random numbers, and then changing these variables that are over here. So instead of using math1 chan1, instead of using this, it's actually changing and going to use what's coming in through this text. So I might actually, it might actually make sense if I have that. If I put this back to here, and if I run it real quick, you'll see it actually. See, it's still changing. Well, nope. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Okay. So that's what it's doing. So basically, at any time, let me change this a little bit. Move this out of the way. Oh, is that the smallest? That's the smallest pane size it'll go. All right. Well, my apologies. It's changing the size, changing the vertical, but then, and I'm working on changing the x-axis as well, but it's restrained so it won't go over this part. So if I want to, I can actually change the size. That's the thing I love about TouchDesigner. So watch this, guys. I changed this to 720 by 720. Boom. It still is working. Like, I could still use that. I have to do a little bit of the changing. But now I'm going to throw in some other like blurs and render tops and stuff like that. I might not use this background, this kind of I'm not printing. I'm printing from, or I'm printing the dat, I guess. Is that how it works? I'm like directly out of the dat. So it's like this is the dat. And then I'm trying to print the variables that I'm creating in the dat on each frame start. So like what it should be doing right now is, you know, making 166 variables, or it's 166 times 4 random numbers print out here in the text port. That's what it should be doing right now. It obviously ain't doing that. So that's what I'm working on. So let me change this out a little bit. 1280 to 1280 looks a little bit better. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I'd love for it to be able to work in fractions, and then you can make contingency plans, and so if it's within this ratio, then you can change it, and it's just great. And then hit one button and it can create 364 million different variations, thumbnails for you to pick from, and then print whatever one you want. I was actually just thinking the problem right now I'm having is you can export as a. So if I right now I have a. This is going to Siphon. Oh, it's a movie file out. Yeah, so I'm creating a movie file out. Anytime I record, so I just created one, and then if I want to, I can actually go to that folder and take a look at it. But the problem is I'm limited to what the license has, so I can't go over 1280. Is that right, or 1080? Is it 1280 or 1080? No, 1280, because I have this at 1280. So if I put 1281, yep, resolution is limited to 1280 by 1280. So with a non-commercial license, until I get some moolah together, I can only do 1280 by 1280. But I can make tiles. Just like in the same way that you'll do for a projector mapped, you could do an image mapping, and then I could create a large TIFF that ends up being 2,500, or 25,000 pixels, as long as it outputs correctly, out here in this area. So in the projects, but yeah, just a thought. Yeah. Yeah, and one of the other reasons, Meow Cakes, one of the other reasons that I was taking a look at using patterns, not so much noise, but patterns, is so we could have the HOAX on some kind of, a sine wave, or, all of the, either the X, Y, or scale could be on some kind of, it could be on a wave of some sort that I'd be able to change. But I can't get a single thing to work. So let me copy this, take everything out. Run script, nothing works. Okay, is it because I called it random number? What? Or is it because I didn't attach it to that execute dat? I had it attached to an execute dat earlier, and it was freaking out on me. But maybe I need it. And I was doing it on frame start. Is not, see, name random is not defined. Is that, you know what? I wonder if this. Yeah, of course. What am I thinking? Yes, there is an entire dat. Your question earlier about is there a debug? Yeah, there's a freaking debug. You just do a dat evaluate, and it tells you, hey, guess what? Rand number isn't found. Definition on start, project 1. Truth frame, make sure the corresponding toggle is enabled. Okay. What? Yeah. See, no, I thought it was, but I had this working earlier. And like that's literally what I put in. I did not have to declare them beforehand. And I didn't have to put float random or anything like that. Or int random in this case. Oh, I see what you were talking about now, Meow Cakes, about multiplying by an integer by a float. Yeah, you can. It was working yesterday, that's why. So let me, I mean, I can try just doing this. But I think, that wasn't my problem yesterday. I was able to do that. Oh, random. Oh, okay, dumb. Duh. Okay, there we go. Come on. I was really hoping that was going to be like on the beat. Invalid syntax. So we got a syntax pattern. Where is my syntax problem? Definition on start. Where's my on start syntax error? What? Because this isn't set to Python or something? I wonder if this needs to be set to Python. Some of these you actually have to set output, input data. Language. Yeah, there we go. Wait. Py? Shoot. No. Let me see if I do. See if I just. I'm gonna take out the David Rocks as well. See, I thought it was gonna be easy, and that's why I wasn't using a for loop, and now I can't even make a random number appear. I don't know. Frame state, frame. I thought for some reason. Okay, yeah. You say a random number first, you aren't you declaring it until you put int right in front of it. Yeah, I mean, I could always do it this way, right? No. Home. Yes, home. H. Why are you doing this? There. Okay. I even just say int random. See, yeah. And now it's telling me random invalid syntax. I think in Python the way that you create actually, you know what? I probably still have up the nope. I'm also working on setting up a GoPro as another camera. Okay, let me look this up real quick. TouchDesigner Python exposure up. Oh, there you go. You see that? And then it's gonna be one of these right here. Yeah, see, I just grabbed. Well, that was just giving. That's just returning. Showing you how it works. But I was needing the actual randomization. Come on. So, it does have int. But it was working yesterday. That's really bizarre. Where did I get this? Here's what I'm gonna do real quick. I'm gonna reverse engineer it. I'm gonna find where I got random equals this, and this was first 0 to 1. But also, because that's not going to be near enough. This one's going to be the more specific one. And I think it was just comp 1. Let's see what I can find. Random generative. That's not what I was using. I might be able to find it. See, this is where I was looking at needing to use seeds. Why I was worried I was going to have to use seeds. Yeah, random dust shuffle items equals, and that just makes an array. See, and I think that's one of the nice things about Python is it's not prescriptive in that way. You don't have to make a float integer. Maybe you do. Here, I forgot to put in this. I forgot to put in TouchDesigner. It's like I have no idea what you're talking about. Here we go. This is it. I'm sure of it. This is where I got it from. Yep, right there. I used this. That's all. Okay? So look. Here's all I did. Import random. Random. Random.randint. Random.randint. 0 to... I decided 3 instead of 20. And then I multiplied it by that. Sure, I can go ahead and remove that for now. Oops. Remove that for now. And then end of code. Then to actually do anything with it, I had to set this operator. So I set it to that. I mean, I guess it might, to be able to see it, maybe it might print this way, but yeah, random, no. Oh, is it where did I see? Random int. Oh my gosh. Don't you love it when that happens? Don't you love it when that happens? Okay, let's see. Let me make sure. Random.randint. No. Yeah. Random.randint. Yeah. And then I was just using random. I added this in just a second ago. This is new. Let me go back in and I'll remove everything. So this should be the way that it was given to me. And it's not, nothing's coming out. I should be getting a bunch of random numbers right here. Nada. I don't know. It doesn't like me. It just doesn't like me. Random. Here, let me go ahead and I'll go all the way back to this. Run script, pause. The op function do okay. So the difference between these two lines, 21 and 20, or I'm sorry, 22 and 23. This is obviously creating the random number and storing it in rand int. This is changing a variable that's over here, right here. I'm sorry, right here in TX. So even though you can't see it in real time, this should be like while I'm doing this, this should be changing. Like these other ones, I already have them connected to other. You can actually see there's like all of these that are moving because they're already connected to either noise that's being sampled and then the math is taken in and then it's put into the range that's needed to for the scaling, or it's a pattern, so it's already like a sine wave or something like that, or I'm trying to shuffle it or something like that. So I'm just looking at generative ways to do this, but the problem is I can't change TX. TX keeps not changing even though I'm doing this right. And it was working correctly earlier. So let me go ahead and I'm gonna save this. What if that just totally froze on me? Comp 11, because it always weirds me out that there's not a semicolon at the end or some kind of line indicator. I want there to be, rand int semicolon. Run script. But yeah, nothing's coming out. So let me do this to it just to kind of. I'm going to put the same into on start. So then right when I boot this up, I'm going to save this, open it up again. So then if I end up restarting it, the first thing that should pop up should be a random number. Okay, so save and quit TouchDesigner. Oh, I shouldn't have done it that way. That's a junky thing with TouchDesigner. Okay. Okay, no, I could brand to good. Let's see. The burn above. Yeah. Do you know that on frame start is running at all? Yeah. It doesn't need to be on frame start. Doesn't need to be running as long as I right click and hit run script. It'll run that node, just that node by itself. So it's kind of like being able to run a .py, just like execute this py. Period. That's all it cares about. All right, so it just started and did nothing. Why in the world? Okay, so for instance, if I right click on this, run script, it should pop out, but it's not. So, which one? Okay, what do you do? Receive because numbers a button. To generate a number button, you could use import random, blah, 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 blah. Furthermore, I love it when people use furthermore in a forum. Furthermore, if you want to see your random number always be the same, based on some seed, use the built-in number generator, which takes a seed input. Example td.rand 5. Well, Elbers should know. Elbers is the master when it comes to TouchDesigner. I shot you not. So I'm going to go ahead and... I mean, this is... It's kind of like, this is the right code because Elbers says so, and I don't know what. So this might be what you were talking about, is defining the... Maybe it's not defining random, it's defining value change. Oh, a random function? Where is this function? Panel value. Oh, it's making this entire... Oh, it's just saying when there's a value change, then do this. Actually, that's kind of nice. Let's see if we can figure that one out. So we're going to... I can take those out for now. Now this is what I want to make sure happens. So I'm going to put them both there just to make sure. Okay, now I've got random x 0, random 1, yeah, 0 to 2, 0. Yeah, congratulations, 0 to 2, 0 to 1, swash. I'm going to 3 times. I'm still trying this out because I think it'll work. Because it did before. It did before. Random. See, people are even using random. I know this isn't part of index, but it's a switch. Pardon me. Is a switch to which just has a single number. That's why it's indexed. I'm not using that. Anything else? Any? No. Comp 11 instead. .par. .tx equals random, and then I'm printing it. Okay. So now I don't know why it's not. Okay, here. What is... I set this for the TX. So it's working because it's... No, it's not. It's just working... It's just... It's on the TOI right now. Okay. We print something at the top of the function. Yeah, I guess I could do that just to make sure that this is working at all. So, on device change, so like right here, just do a print. And that's what I did before. I just said like print 4. And it's just not, it's not even coming out. Why isn't it showing? Console. Is over here, yeah. My debugging console, okay. That's not where it goes though. Yeah, it prints to here. It prints to your text port. I'm gonna have to open up every single palette in browser just to make sure that I'm finding it. Okay, errors. How about that one? And then run it. Run script. Print. See, this should be printing 4 and then a random number. As long as... Here, let me... On friends start. I'm going to do another one. That's print 5 and 65. Yeah, 45. Yeah. Run script. Huh? Oh, guess what? Nothing. 45. Any 45s anywhere? 45, 40, 45, 45, over here, 45, over here, 45, 45, over here, 40, 44. No, still nothing. Okay, so it's not this, not this. I knew it wasn't. I have a feeling that it has to do with this not being represented as Python. That being... Let me see. This is what I'm going to do. This is a really cheap way. Python, TouchDesigner, Node. Just like put in some really general keywords and then take a look and go, oh, alright. How do they use it? Alright, it's the evaluate dat. That's how they suggest doing it. But no, I'm talking about for Python. Python execution. Python execution, people. Python execution. Okay. I'm not looking. Don't worry, I'm not. Oh, I'm going over here. The run class. I'm gonna look at the Python det execute. Because I don't want to look at the run class right now. I want to see an actual dat. I want to see how the dat works. Oh, I can't see how the dat works. Oh, you know what? I'm going to use the operator snippets. How about that? Let's take a fun look at the operator snippets. Examine operator snippets. That's one of the other nice things. If you haven't done this yet, Meow Cakes. I know you were talking about taking apart other people's work, but this is a great way. If you haven't taken a look at the snippets, make sure that you take a look at the snippets. It's just, I mean, it's just right here. It's a bunch of different ways. A lot of times you can zoom out and they'll have multiple examples. So here's example 2. Okay, that's not what I'm looking at either. This was working before. Maybe I just thought it was working. I probably had a bunch of errors and then stopped working. But I believe that I had random numbers coming in. So, I don't know. But I did have an execute that was attached. So like execute on project start. So let's try. Okay. That's what I'm doing. Am I right or am I right? That's what I'm doing. Did I just close all of TouchDesigner? No, I didn't. Oh, thank goodness. That would have been ridiculous. Okay. This is my dat. Oh yeah, well this is my dat. Start, run, return. Congrats. Run, return, create on exit. Frame. I'll let you keep your frame start. Oops. I was trying to scroll. You can't scroll on this thing. Frame end. Do we have a frame end down there? Yeah, we do. We have a state change. Yeah, we do. We have a device change. Yeah, okay. We have an object. Project. Yeah, congrats. Okay. Value change. Yeah, that's the one that we're trying to do. Okay, this is what we're trying to take and put all of this. And we're going to. Oops. What did I just do? I hate not having. Why did you just do that? Dear Lord. One, I hate not being able to scroll inside of this thing. B, one, and B is there's no. Oh, redo. Redo. Okay, there we go. Whew. A lot of times redo doesn't work. If you're moving nodes, it doesn't work. Hey, you got me. So, broken connection. Yeah, I think, yeah. Tobacconist, I believe. Tobacconist, I believe that it was when I had the evaluate chop connected to it. So that's what I'm kind of going back to. Where are we? Oh, or execute chop, I'm sorry. But that's, yeah, this one. And then text to 175 was run on 175. String return. See, look, return text to a equals off text to. And then if I okay, let's see if we can find well, I don't want to. Okay, that's fine. Run script. I want to see the output. Why isn't it showing me an output? I mean, is it over here? Okay, yeah. See, look. This node was. No, that's not even it. So where? Because you can see right now. Oh wait, no, it doesn't do a print. It just changes this text. That's all it does. Okay. Frame star. I want to start a frame. This. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing else. Start, create, start, end. Done. We have. Taking all this out. Taking all this out. Start, create, start, end. And instead of all this stuff, I'm going to create this. And I'm going to go ahead and create a text field out here. Just a random one. It's going to be text, what is this, text 10, and then have it set text 10. Just to see if it's working. Okay. Wait a second. I'm not using the execute dat. Still using the text dat. Okay. Execute dat. Alright. Tune. Why is it doing? What is it looking at? Okay, that's weird. So that's on 45. Check that out. And then each time it's run. Shoot. Come on. Yeah, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45. Okay. So it's printing 45. What? I know. Thank you. Thank you, Meow Cakes. I'm doing the exact same thing. Ain't that for it? Oh, dude, look at that. Here, look. And look at this. I think I might have figured it out. This has an uppercase. This has a lowercase. Let's change this. Let's just delete this entirely. Let's play. Oh, come on. Run script. Yay! And look at the H's jumping around. Ha-hoo! Oh, man. Those capital letters, they'll get you every time. So let me burp. But yeah, that should be a lot easier to be able to create an array of random numbers. This is running at 546. Okay, awesome. Yay! Huzzah! And then I'll go ahead and well, yeah, let me, you know what? Because this is easy enough now, because I know this works. Let's go ahead and it's going 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Okay, I'm gonna this. I'm gonna import random at the beginning because I don't know why you would do it later. Random. Then I'm gonna do random 1, random 1. Oops. 1, 1. Oops. Man, getting sticky fingers. Plus random. Oh, come on. Copy, paste, 3, oops, 2, 1, random, okay, and then we want and yes, because I know who's watching, I don't know if you're watching earlier, I should be using for loops, but it's 4 letters. And there's just no reason. I mean, just, come on. Come on. I mean, really. People, come on. Okay, this is 5, this is 4, this is 6. This is 3. This is 2. 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then I have this set to 0. Then 9. Then 8. Yeah. It's what the math chop can do is really amazing. When I first found out that all it does is like, oh, you just have a set amount of data coming in and it shifts it to a different kind. It blew my mind. Like I just realized how much was available when you have the ability to just quickly change something. I mean, math, all of math in a chop, like in one node. It's kind of ridiculous. Hey, Bacconist, Eric, it's good to see you. Or nice to see you again on here, and hope to see you again soon. Okay, I don't need 2 returns, so it's returning a lot. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 4. Okay, and then that should be it. Run it. Okay, wait, what's wrong? Float and string. You're a float in a string. On line 32, let's look at 32. I thought that might have been it. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'll do this. Is it because it might not let me, yeah, you might probably have to print strings alone. Let me try this one more time. If this doesn't work, which probably won't. Yeah, it's not. It's the same thing, line 32. Yeah, line 32. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is the quick and dirty way once again of print random number 2. I know I should be changing them into strings and then individually doing this or something, but I mean, it's not even an array. It's not even enough for an array. There we go. So I have them all over the place from 0 to 0.2, 0.2, 0.4, 0.5. So yeah. So the seed is working to where it's not giving me enough. Well, yeah, because I wouldn't have 2 0.2s exactly if it's multiplying it by 0.01. I wonder, here's another fun trick I could do. And multiply it by random dot rand int negative 0.1, or I wonder if you could just do rand negative 0.1 to 0. Can you do that? No, you cannot do that. Yeah, there's no rand. It's a rand float. How do you... It's just random to random. This is again where I know I should look it up, but I'm hoping it's so easy. I know it's not random float because I tried it the other day. Okay, here we go. Python random float. Oh, do you have to use uniform? Random.random. Yeah, random.random. Random.uniform? Really? Let's try that. There we go. Okay, so now we have this just kind of adding in a little bit more wiggle room. And this is, oh, this is 0 to 1. Yeah, I don't want the 0 to 1. 1 to, let's try this. 0 to 1. 1 to 2. 2 to 3. 3 to 4. Let's see if that keeps them within their bounds. Saying hoax. Now everything's within the middle. So I need some to go out. So I need this to go from 0. Oh, that's why, right, that's why I had a 0 to 3. Oh, I just hadn't changed it yet. 0 to 4. Or 1 to 4. 2 to 5. This is what I just had, isn't it? I think it's exactly what I just had. So I have no idea where this is going to be used exactly. So I'm partially doing it just to make sure, like I said, I could get a bunch of random numbers. Like, look over here. Now, the reason I multiplied that by the random uniform float, so I could get these long numbers. Before, I don't know if I can even get to it. Now I've gone past too many frames. I was only getting, well, I was getting ceilinged numbers. They weren't floats. They weren't integers. It was like 0.0000001. So I wanted it to have this 3.279, so there's a little bit more, a little wiggle in how these are coming across. Ooh, I also learned of a really cool palette, or not a cool palette, I'm going to say it real quick. Really important, I should say, palette to have out. How do you put this back in its place? I don't know. Anyways, tools. Why isn't it in tools? Why can't I see it? Where's everything? Where is everything? Okay. For some reason, I'm unable to see. Let me see if I create yet another. I'm going to turn this into the network editor, this into the text port, and this into, wait, no, this into text port, and this into, oh gosh, parameters. The problem is, while I was doing that, I already forgot what I was trying to do. Oh, I'm trying to set up this palette. Palette browser is not working. So okay, I'm gonna browse the folder. Is this important that I put this on here? There's a really helpful show cooks. Oh, come on. It's starting a whole new TouchDesigner. That's not what I'm wanting. Come on. There. Look. There we go. So I can see my frame rate. I can see my GPU. My CPU. Dropout. It's dropping out a bunch right now because it just opened it by itself over there. But yeah. Yeah, it's a good scope of numbers. I agree. Being able to get all those isn't nearly, you know, when I was having whatever this is, 12th power ceiling for Florida numbers. I'm still trying to figure out, I mean, all we're going to need for what we're doing for the new launch is going to be a few of these, maybe an animation. So I might look at putting some kind of pattern together and have them work together on some kind of a mesh. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of playing around still. So what I want to do now, actually, because I have this working, and I can take out. Look at this. This is beautiful. I can go, but bam. Oh wait, come on. Surely I can. Oh, because they're reliant on the others. Shoot. I have to go through. Okay, so I have to make random numbers for TX, TY, and right now all this is doing is TX, and I have these other ones doing scale. Okay, this is one thing I don't like about TouchDesigner. I just set this panel up here to parameters. It should change when I select a new node, but it doesn't. And then I have to hit parameters, and now I have a new panel out here. So that's something I'm not a fan of. There's no way to, like, yeah, I don't know. Okay, what am I looking to do? What am I looking to do? Well, now I might not. Now I might need more. I'm gonna go ahead and change these just one to make sure that they're readable. But actually, wait, it's all within one area. That's not helpful. That's not going to work because X is going to be off the screen, but that starts to work. It's just a different look. Okay, I'm going to go back in later and worry about creating all the different ways of making the random numbers. That's not the interesting part of this. I think the more interesting part is going to be now that I have this going, I can do some fun stuff to it. So I'm going to actually close this down, not close it down, close these panels. Yep, there's a bunch of randoms. Okay. So I'm gonna have this set at 1280 by 720, I guess. Is that still gonna be no? Yeah. Is it 960 by 720 is the or 720 by 960 is what's suggested by Instagram. That's what I'm going to use. That looks about right. Okay. And I can change those numbers as well, but okay. Yeah, those are all right. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to come in and I'm going to create a feedback. And I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go. I'm going to make a composite. Actually, I'm going to add it right here. I'm basically seeing if this is going to work out as something that I can see, look at all that interestingness. Okay. Meow Cakes, question for you. Oops, I did this the opposite way. There we go. It's like, why was it doing that? It was feedbacking incorrectly. Now the feed. Stop, out, good. Now, yeah, that's so if you've seen the preview grid, for the composite, because they're different operations, it's a way of being able to show all of the operations that are available for this renderer. And if you wanted to, you could select the input and say like, okay, this is number, use the third one, which would be brightness, because 0, 1, 2, 3. Right? Yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool tool. Except, look how many of them there are, and you can't zoom in. So you have to scrub. You have to use this. Well, now it's not working. 0, 1. Input index. Oh, yeah, no, that's just the input index. That's not even the operation index. So I have no idea how to make this actually helpful. I mean, it's kind of nice because you can, you know, look really close at what's going on, and it's like, hey, that's what's happening, which is cool looking, right? Especially with this music, this is going really well. But say I wanted to use this one. I'm like, yep, that's the one. I keep seeing all these interesting things. I have to count. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Okay, it's number 26. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. Hey, that's already kind of cool, by the way. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. And I do like it. Yeah, I agree. John Doe over on YouTube. I thought that it was able to change the index, but it doesn't. It just, it's either on or off. So unless there's a way, I don't think you can put your own top in here and that be no, or the feedback. No. And it's already I'm not sure what this composite top is for. But hey, look at that. That grid is off. Isn't that interesting? Then I'll just let it run for a while. But it looks cool if I put the grid on. So maybe I just want the grid. Hoax! Man, isn't that nice? It's just, yeah, it starts to throw in some really interesting options. So let me, then what I'll end up doing is, what else would I want to do? Ooh, I want to transform. Or not transform, is it translate? Whoops. Transform, yeah. Because if you shrink it both ways by just a little. Okay, I'm going to change the composite type because it's getting nothing right now. Actually, the reason is composite. Yeah, no, that's minimum, maximum. I'll stick with that for now. What? Okay, there we go. Average. Linear. Yes, I solved epilepsy. All I have to do is sit here and stare at this for 15 hours a day, have a 9-hour long seizure, and I'm done. Okay, so in the composite top, you can control the operation parameter. John Doe is saying, so you could set that to the widget to scrub through. In the composite top, the problem was that in the are you meaning? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, this. Yeah, okay. Thank you very much, John Doe. And actually what I'll do is I'll go ahead and create a slider. And then have this composite top. And then just have this go directly from, oops, I forgot you can't do that. Wait, can you? Boop, there we go. Come on, why isn't that on? That should be working, should that not? Tell me that shouldn't that be. Do I have to do a chop too? Yeah. I have to do a chop too, my bad. Because then this is this. Operation. Ooh, no. Okay, so I don't need to do a swap. Why do I just need this to go out to a number. Okay, and then that number can be, sorry, I'm doing this like super stupid way now. The chop reference. Am I not correct? But I need this to be in a range. Instead of 0 to 1, it's, oh man, how many are there? Anybody know? Okay, 1, 2, 1, and there was 21. Let's try 23 just to give it a or 24 just to give it a shot. Math chops, range 0 to 1, go from 0 to 24. There we go. Boom. Thank you, John Doe. Man, that makes it so much better. John Doe. Thank you, John Doe. Thank you, John Doe. See, was I not just talking about the TouchDesigner community? People are great in the TouchDesigner community. They literally, John Doe helped me out. But I love this because at any time I can pause it and then print that out. It gives me all kinds of options to go through, and at any one time I can say start over. Now what I'll end up doing next is creating a, this is going really quickly, so I'll probably slow it down to like 1 frame per second, just because if not it'll overload. Ooh, that's kind of cool. See, look at that. Look at those colors. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Yeah. Cool. Oh yeah, whole numbers as well. What would be a good way to get whole numbers in there? Or does this automatically floor or ceiling them? Do you know, John Doe? If I have this null coming in as an export over here, oh, where am I? Yeah, in this composite. Does this automatically set it to an integer? Or is there an expression that I need to create? Do I need to do a Python script real quick that sets this math to an integer? Or actually there might be the upper integer, ceiling, floor, round. There we go. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Yeah, there we go, Kevin. I think we're on the exact same page. So what I want to do, make these a bit smaller and get these kind of out of the way a little bit. Man, that's really nice to be able to have. And then I think what I'll do is I'll probably set up buttons. I don't know, maybe I can set up a button for each HOAX. I don't know. I mean, because right now randomization at 1 frame. That doesn't really look like anything at all. Yeah, I'm keeping that 1 frame per second. Don't worry. My CPU's keeping up. I'm going to do a little bit more. I'm going to do like 5, because I like some of the overlays that it was creating. Yeah, like some of that right there. And if I could just pause it. right when I like it. I could do that one, and Kevin, it just completely blocks out your name. You could do that one. You want to do that one? Boom. See, that's kind of nice. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and throw in some other... Okay, so like what I was doing actually before this is I was shrinking it by this, but I guess it's not going to matter if they're moving at random. So like a trail won't really do anything. Let's see. Actually, if I put in a trail, I'm curious if it'll... Oh, you can't do a trail with... How do you... I mean, you can do if... I guess it hasn't been there. What I was trying to do is think of each of the letters being able to blur or zoom in or out, but because they have only been in one location per each frame cycle, then it doesn't matter because they haven't gone anywhere, so you can't say where they've been. So you can do a like what I was doing is I was doing a transform, and then the transform just makes it go in one direction. So like if I do this, but I don't think it actually, you're not gonna be able to tell. It just moves it. See if I throw in a blur. Somebody from Kansas calling? No, thank you. See, that's the thing that ooh, look at that background though. It's starting to like bleed together. That's pretty nice. Come on, there we go. Look at that. There we go. Oh, that one. Cool. Well, I like where this is going. What do you think? It's pretty abstract. It's oh. I have my meeting in an hour. I like where it's going. I'm gonna actually save this one out. I don't think it's gonna save it correctly though. You like have to... Why isn't it unique suffix? Nope. It's not recording any of these. Huh. Okay, well. Anyways. Well, this was very helpful. I was able to get a bunch of the Python stuff done, which I thought was already working, but apparently it wasn't. But it's working better. And now I'm able to also get some more of the random numbers start to come in and work with this as well. And now I have like 3 or 4 different ways of getting random numbers, which is nice. You know, it's always nice to be able to have one way of getting random numbers. I want to throw the chat box on here because these people have helped out a bunch. What else do we have? Oh, that's what it was. I'd never seen the little restream check mark box before. So John Doe, thank you very much for your help. You were very, very helpful in getting this to be able to be a little bit more manageable. This is, yeah, really nice. It sets it up as a good interface. And of course, both to Meow Cakes and to the Bacchonist for helping me out with some of the Python stuff. Always good being around you guys. I will see you around. Thanks for being here. Adios.